All right, welcome back, guys, to episode I think 8 or 9.
Say,
Usually, have you noticed in every single episode, I've not been the one to say welcome back and the episode number. It's always been my colleague here. So it's an uncomfortable position for me, I think. But
it's
you
episode
gotta
eight.
try. You gotta try new things. It's 8.
It's eight.
All
I'm
right.
100. I'm 99.9% sure.
I hope it's 9 so that you can be wrong, but you're probably right. So for today, I think we couldn't really think of a topic, so we came up with something on the fly, which is creating our ideal major. So it can be like a combination of different majors. It can be slight variations of our current majors. Pretty much anything that comes to mind about if in an ideal world we could make everything work the way we want. So
I would like to hear your version first.
my version. Oh, you put me on the spot. Okay.
You seem so happy about computer, all the good and the bad stuff. You're like, oh, everything's good, everything's fine. I want to see what's going on in your head.
Okay. In terms of my ideal major, yeah, to be honest, I probably wouldn't change it too.
Ooh, that's a cop out.
I think. Hey, you let me finish. I will change it. It's not too much. I think I definitely, although I really like math, I would take some of the theoretical stuff out, and focus a little bit more on programming in the beginning, because I feel like the first couple classes we had were very programming heavy based. First couple, I mean literally like class 1, class 2. But then the second year, it's all been theoretical. I haven't touched a program in a class since 2 quarters ago, which is a long time for a computer science major to not program for a class, that is. So I would definitely add a little bit more programming classes. For example, with more languages. It's such a C++ heavy based at Davis. I feel like if we had more Python, a little bit of Java, a little bit of everything, would be pretty cool as well. I would also add, I think you were probably going to say this, but I'll say it first. I would add some design stuff, you're always talking about, right? In terms of, I feel like designing things is important. So not just being buried in code. And another thing, we talked about in one of the previous episodes that they were planning on bringing a class about the things you don't learn in computer science, right? Or that they don't teach you, how to use an IDE or Vim or I guess Terminal and GitHub and things like that. That stuff I would have really liked in my sort of ideal major. So yeah, not too much of a deviation from what it is right now. I'm sure you have more out there ideas about.
You've already.
Yeah, I know. It's about to be this crazy combination of. Oh, one thing I definitely add though to a computer science major is having a business aspect as well. Because I feel like it's important to have a business mindset as well, in terms of technology. It's combining my two interests, right? So I guess it's personalized for me, right? I would definitely have a few classes be required that you have to take classes that kind of teach about innovation within technology, because I think that's how you get people to come up with new ideas, new practical ideas. There's a lot of things to consider when you're inventing something, right? It's not just making some technology. There's so many more factors in terms of a business aspect. But anyways, so yeah, business and technologies. It's boring for me because I wouldn't change much, but I'm sure you have a lot.
So the first class, you come in, they sit you down, they give you a big chunk of Play-Doh, and they're like,
Oh
this
my
is
god.
No. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, boy.
I guess college started in preschool for you.
Yep.
Oh, okay. If we're gonna be non-serious, then the first thing that they have to do is, this is a Davis specific thing, is you have to walk into class, and they'll be the professor on the first day will be standing on the outside, and he's gonna have a big plate of lamb over rice, and he's gonna ask everybody to take a bite from the lamb over rice. And if someone says they don't like it, then their offer to the university is rescinded. They're kicked out.
Good.
Yes. Because we need to weed out the losers right at the beginning, right?
Yep.
So the people who don't like it, which is probably 1% of people. So.
Yep. You're speaking my language. No, that is what we need. Chancellor Gary, man, if you're listening, you know what to do.
Yeah, I'm sure he's listening to us.
Yeah, man.
Maybe like he sends us that like daily or not daily, weekly email, right? Maybe in the
Hey,
weekly
yeah,
email he'll like
I've heard
say like
your
I heard this
thoughts and
idea.
concerns. Huh?
Yeah, I've heard your concerns and we've decided to change how we do admissions now. So
Yeah, and you have to be the cows. You need to go to the cows, and they have to accept you as one of them. That's also the second requirement.
oh that's gonna be difficult though. I'm pretty sure I would
You
never
have to
get
be
into the
selective,
school.
Samuel. You can't just let anyone. Come on.
No, I don't think any cow would like me, man. Animals for some reason they have a distaste towards me. Like my family friend's cat who just loves jumping on me and scratching. I don't know. So I don't think any cow would like me. So I definitely would not have been admitted to the school. So I'm gonna veto that. But in all seriousness, like what would you actually change or if you were to make your ideal major?
Okay.
Like what would you incorporate?
First off, make math optional. Like you,
Oh my
some
God.
calculus, but like only one class for math. One.
What about linear?
1/3 of it is just like proof stuff that they're like a theoretical discrete math stuff. The next third is statistics and probability, and the final third is linear algebra.
So no calculus?
No calculus. This calculus is useless.
Wait, but like how like? Well,
when have you used calculus in your computer science? Tell me, please. Other than them forcing you to prove stuff that's based on calculus, there's no use in my eyes. I guess in machine learning, maybe, but like, okay. There's also a calculus like part.
No, I honestly think something like I think you should have up to multivar calculus and linear and discrete math and nothing more than that.
Why calculus? I don't get it.
I mean, calculus is like basic. Like everybody takes calculus. Like
So
what major doesn't take calculus?
Everyone breathes, so that means like breathing is important. I don't know why.
Yeah, breathing is important, right?
No. Let me think of a good analogy. That's like saying everyone dies, so death must be important. It is important, but it's not fun.
I think that was a horrible analogy.
It's better than the breathing one.
Yeah, it's a step up. The breathing one, I think you can't get worse than that. Of course, breathing is important. It's like.
But
no. Okay, fine. I mean, it's your major. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah. Be quiet. Okay. So so no calculus. I don't care what you think. So that's only one math class. Okay. Then you get intro to like programming fundamentals, and then you get intro to functional, object-oriented, just procedural, all the programming type classes. Then you get hard algorithms, just like a lead code class. 2 lead code classes. One easy baby class that will get you into it. A second class is when I say lead code is like a website where they like give you algorithms and you there's like an inbuilt like IDE where you can like enter stuff and like test your algorithm. It's usually meant for like interviews and stuff. So,
I think that's a great idea. They should really have more of those.
That's year 1. Year 2, you have more like difficult algorithms. Like the difficulty of algorithms is just scaling up. Now you have to think of like really unique algorithms. That's one of the classes. Like really difficult algorithms.
So basically like the class we took last quarter was an algorithms class, right? But it had no programming in it. So like, would you say like take that class but like add programming assignments to it, and that's basically
like
lead code class?
Like a huge ton of programming. Yeah. Make it like the second part of that class. The 2 parts of that class. The second part, I'm 100% sure is programming.
For the class we took last quarter?
Yeah. There's programming in the B version.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that.
But
I wanted to take that. But
so
anyways,
it's gonna be mostly the rest of your like time will be just like either algorithms, design-based classes where they're like really wild design-based classes too, where you like start with Legos, then you go on. I'm not joking. You start with like Legos and like connects, and you like small like adder circuits with like Legos and adder circuits and connect pieces. Then you go up to like assembly. Then you go to like just all the way up to like C, I guess, in that class. And then there's also like some electrical engineering class, but it's all project based, and it's all just like mostly design algorithms, and that's your second year. And the third year is like the fun year. You get tons of like electives to choose from. No prerequisites. It's just like every class has its prerequisite built in.
But then, like, I guess for like people, the only problem with that I see though is like, for people who are not sure what they're getting into, a prereq kind of guides them, right? About
Too bad.
Too bad. That's a good major.
This is my swamp. Okay.
You should be a
house. Daddy makes the rules, and you will abide by daddy. Okay.
You should be a counselor. You know, the student comes up to you, is like, I'm not sure, should I take this class or something? You're like, yeah, you just go in head first, and if it doesn't work out, too bad for you.
Too bad for you. You're a wuss. You suck.
Oh God, if I had you as a counselor, I'd probably drop out of school.
You'll be a real man.
No, I'd drop out of school. I mean, I guess in college you can tell someone too bad, but you as like a high school counselor would be horrible. You'd be the most demoralizing to kids. Be like, oh, you didn't get to that school? It's because you suck. Like, what do you mean? You know.
And it's another So that's your third year, like more innovation, more design classes, more prerequisites. You're interested in machine learning, you get to take machine learning. All of them hard, you learn a lot. Fourth year is you have your hardest classes. They're all electives. They're all like teach new stuff. My preferred class would be like 3/4 like general stuff that'll never go out of like style or whatever. Like core like programming or algorithm fundamentals. 1/4 like right in like the thick of it, new APIs and new frameworks.
I don't know how you
Those
come
are
up
the
with this
type of
stuff so
classes
quickly.
you get in your fourth year. They're actually easing you into industry.
This is why you need to go first, because like ideas pop into my head after I hear you. You're just able to like, you came up with an entire major so quickly, and I was like business classes.
And then your final class. The final class is the weeder class. It's all been it was all a lie. We thought ECS 36C was the weeder class, and no. Your final class is the weeder class. Make it so hard that 99% of people drop out before they finish that class. So they writhe in pain knowing that they only have one class to pass to graduate.
That's so cruel. I don't think anybody, even like if 99% of the class failed, I feel like if you took the class like 12 times, you'd still pass eventually, right?
No, so we put a new rule. You only get one shot for that class.
Oh man, I hope they really implement this, and well, I guess not you, but your kid goes, your future kid, and your future kid has to go through this pain that you've created.
I'll be like, good.
You're a wuss.
You're a wuss. Get good. And I'll just push you on the ground.
Yeah, I'll make sure to have 911 on dial for child abuse,
I'm such a good parent. And that's the real man. It's called computer science man edition.
Tough CS.
Toxic man.
It's like like if you remember that SpongeBob episode where like they go to the place and they ask like, how tough are you, right? It's like that. It's like, how tough are you? It's like, I went through that major. I'm that tough.
And when you come out, you're like, oh, it's finally over. And then they grab you back and they're like, oh, we thought it was over. There
Ready
was
for a master's?
Prerequisite for that class that you had to take, and you didn't take it, so you have to do it all over again.
You were supposed to design your ideal major, not your ideal torture chamber.
For you, I would put you in that.
Oh gosh.
I would just love, seeing you cry every day. Oh, it fills me with joy. I see you going on like Kemper, and you have like your eyes are just like they have like dark circles, and your eyes are red. That day, oh.
How are you so certain that I would fail in this, and you would definitely go through it?
I'd be a man econ major.
Oh my god! So you're gonna design a major that you're not even gonna take.
for you. That's
Oh gosh. All right. I think this is getting out of hand. So I think we should call it a episode. You
Okay,
heard.
but okay, so you're like, final. No. Let's not leave it there. Let's not leave them hanging. So they gone through that major. They're real men now. They get out and they're like, okay, industry or grad school, and then you tempt them back to grad school.
Well, why would anyone go back to school after
basically
going through
Stockholm syndrome?
that? No. There's no way. There's no way that someone would go back to.
No,
to school
it's called
after that.
Stockholm syndrome, and they come back for grad school. Oh, then it's the real fun part begins. Think of that final class, but like 2 years of that. And you have to write a PhD level thesis at the end of it. There is no exemption exam or whatever it's called. Actually, 2 PhD theses. Got you.
I really hope this becomes a reality, and you're the only person in the world that has to go through
But
it.
just think of it. No school would have the guts to look you in the eye and reject you for a PhD. They won't have the guts. They couldn't. It's not possible.
But you have to get through all that first, which I feel like 99% of people would not be able to.
But just imagine that one person that comes out of this.
Yeah, congratulations. You come out like anorexic and like, sleep deprived for like 10 years.
But the grad schools come to you, and you don't have to apply to MIT or Stanford. They lick your boot and they're like, please come to our school. We'll pay you like $1 million in stipend if you come. You're like, I'll think about it. You just kick them away on the street, the admission officer.
You have wild dreams, man.
Oh man. See, that's why it's my ideal major.
Yeah, this is why you should have gone first.
And you walk on the street.
This is why you should have gone first. Actually, no, I take it back. You shouldn't have gone first, because I would have been so mortified that I would just be stunned and not able to talk after.
Okay, well, I think we have gone too far. Let's end it here.
Yeah, before you start being like, oh yeah, you have to I don't know.
Bye.
I don't know where your mind would take you. Anyways, I think we should call it.
Okay, bye.
So this was a weird episode, but bye everybody.
Bye.